Good morning. I'm making funny faces because my camera's not quite at, oh, something's different with the height and stuff. I moved my tripod around so its legs and everything are a little different too. So it's Wednesday. Yeah. So it's the 29th, Wednesday. This is me writing that down. It's wet outside, but I think it's supposed to be a decent weather day. Let me take a quick peek over here. Weather, what are we gonna be today? I do like these localized apps, because here in New York it does vary quite a bit, this chunk of New York. Alright, apparently it's 47, raining right now, surprise. It's supposed to get up into the 60s, so I can live with that today and tomorrow, in the 60s. Nice. Could really use some time with the windows open, maybe get a nice walk in. Yeah, so I'm not quite awake here. Last night I finally joined the 21st Century and watched something on Amazon Prime. I watched Aeronauts, and then I watched something else, and then I watched something else. So yeah, I started with Aeronauts, then I went to Love and Friendship, which just wasn't doing it for me, so that got turned off. It might be a lovely thing some other time, just it wasn't last night. Then started watching Carnival Row. 89% of it I like. I'm not so much into the blood and guts stuff. Surprise, surprise. So yeah. It was somewhere around 1 a.m. where I decided, okay, bedtime. And yeah, I'm gonna probably finish that show season today. Alrighty, so on to our project. And if we get this all done, then I have another little tidbit. So yesterday, hopefully we all added our pockets. I added 3 pockets here. Here's bottom, this is the top. Okay, we're going to put our layers together today. So we take this piece and we move the camera down, the T out of the way. All right, so we have our top layer with our pockets, our batting, and yes, I had the perfect size scrap just for this project. It's like it was waiting. And then we have our outside fabric, okay? Notice I do have a little ripple at the top of my outside fabric. I'm trying to get the absolute most out of that as possible. All right. I am going to reshape this after I get my layers together. So this is where I love my Wonder Clips. I'm going to put these all together. It does help if you iron this, which I did. I swear I did. But this, for some reason, this silk just likes to wrinkle really quick. It's a soft silk. There's a couple different weaves going on in there. And I still love how these are so close. Alrighty. I am going to pause this as I do my layers. Okay, so we've got everybody together. Time to baste them. Tea fell down. Alrighty. So I'm going to start up here. Not quite up at the top because I am going to reshape that. And I'm going to baste as we go. Now, just like we discussed in a couple other projects, whoops, you're all going to get out your wax, because I once again did not, and I have fuzzies galore here. I have like silk fuzzy that attached thread. All right, we're going directly up and down, more of like a stab stitch with this basting, to make sure these layers are together. And you don't have to worry about going too close to the edge, because either you're going to cover this in the ribbon or you're going to remove it after. Okay? All right, I am going to hit pause. Okay, so I'm just finishing up my basting. You're going to notice I did shape the top of my pocket. Sorry, I should have done that on camera. What I did use was one of my little squares, found my center, lined it up, and this let me get a pointed end. I decided to go with a pointed end because I tend to do rounded ends and then scold myself because they are more difficult. You could, of course, do a rounded end. If you have a template for that, that's great. Things that work really well, oddly enough, the center of a tape thing, masking tape is actually going to be better for this size. A saucer, there's a lot of circles around the house if you don't have a bunch of templates. Which reminds me, I was talking yesterday with a friend about a template process that I wanted to experiment with some coworkers and students before, well, everything happened. Didn't get a chance. But it basically takes plastic shopping bags, like the kind you get at the mall. You fold them in layers and then iron them, and it's supposed to melt all the layers together. So I'm hoping eventually to get a chance to do that. All right, so we've got all of our layers together. Getting a little low on what kind of ribbons I want to use. So I can either go with brown or with white. Two very different looks here. Decided I want to go with the brown because I want to save the white because I need the white. This was a millinery purchase, so this really needs to be for the millinery stuff. I've got a lot of bonnets to do. All right. So this is another one where I'm going to use my Wonder Clips. I'm going to turn this way and start at the top. All right. Yeah, it's going to give me a fairly wide edge. This is a full inch wide ribbon. I kind of wish I had a little bit narrower. I'd love if I had like one to match this burgundy down here. Now, if you have two different widths of ribbon, you can use the wider ribbon to bind, and then you can use the narrower ribbon for ties. I'm hoping to find some narrow ribbon in my stash that is a good color. And I've got some somewhere. Of course, you can make bias binding. Out of a coordinating material. Remember, don't get it too bulky. It's one of the mistakes that I see in pieces. People end up with really bulky edges. All right, and the further I get on this, I'm realizing I don't really like the brown, but we're going with the brown. You see me arranging my corners. I am setting those up to miter them. You'll notice for this project I'm flip-flopping which way the clips go. It doesn't really matter on this one, but some projects, because the white's flat, and the red's rounded, one side's better than the other at times. I think. I'm clipping wire into place. Use the flat side to make sure the wire stays put. Alrighty. So this lets me see how much I actually need. What, little miss? Alrighty. Oh, when I cut the fabric off, I had this nice little strip left. This is such a doll scale. Okay. And we're just going to stitch these in place. I'm not going to get this all finished on camera, that's for sure. So last night, I was like realizing I hadn't updated my, project list in a while. So I'm going to add that to the blog post for y'all. And admittedly, that is as much for me as all of you. I kind of like to keep track of what I've done. So today I am going to be working on millinery piece number 17. Now in the list there is a soft crown that's, the straw is finished, but it's not decorated yet. But I've made 17, well, I'm on the 17th straw part of the shutdown. And I really didn't sew in March, so it really is almost 17 pieces in just a little over April. I sewed very little in March. Yeah, there's the nose again. And then I'm estimating with 40, what are we on? This video 47? Yeah. I'm estimating it takes about 2 hours of planning on average. Well, 2.5 hours for each video. Obviously, some are longer, some are shorter. So I started trying to keep track of that. Yep, because I have that obsessively instilled productivity thing. I'm just going to continue down and around, and then I'll do the other side, okay? When I'm done, I'll add ties up here at the top on the outside. And I think you guys get the idea here. So I hope you're doing well with your project. If you're in the Facebook group, please share what you're working on. If you're not and you want to join us, the link is back a little ways. I should add that again though. It's just a small bunch of us, and we're focused on the projects in the videos. Alrighty. There's there's 2 people that I know of that are doing doll scale of several projects. Some of those are really cute. That's why I mentioned this little piece over here. Alright. So with this, I will let you all go. Enjoy your day. Hopefully you can get outside. And I'll see you tomorrow.